Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're taking a look at analyst expectations of Tesla's performance in Q1, which is set to be reported on the 29th of April at market close. So make sure to leave a like on today's video if you do enjoy. Thank you all for the support on recent videos. We're smashing like targets. We're also getting plenty of comments, which are all acknowledged of course, and plenty of you were asking for an in-depth analysis on Amazon, which will be coming out over the next few days. I'm also going to do a portfolio update because I've changed a few things, and yeah, thank you all for your consistency on the videos, even though we aren't posting as consistent as we would have liked, but that'll definitely change in the coming days. So Tesla, it's going to be very, very volatile. I've actually reduced exposure to Tesla in my portfolio from 18.2% of the total portfolio allocation to about 13.5%, roughly speaking. And I think this is important because in earnings season you're going to see a lot of fluctuations in price. We're currently sitting at $714 per share, up 1.19% for the day. You can see that huge dip just there. That's of course due to the whole health situation. We picked up some shares at great price. I think our average price at the moment is $502 per share. So we're up roughly 40%, just over 40% of course. I think about 44 is our profit on that purchase, which is of course great for a 1 month time frame. But of course I think we'll see sub $700 if this report doesn't go to plan. Some analysts are expecting a really poor performance, and some are obviously expecting a great performance considering the tailwinds that are in the current market. As you can see, Tesla's revenue was 11.75 billion in 2017. It was 21.46 billion in 2018, at 24.57 billion in 2019 for the full year last year. Expectations for this year, I think they'll just surpass the annual revenue from last year, but I'm not too optimistic on that, especially with Q2 report, which is going to be coming out in roughly 3 months time. That's not going to be very, very pleasant to have a look at the figures there. But of course we're focusing today on Q1, but of course the revenue has slowed off, the growth of revenue. You see 67%, 82%, and then 14.5%, which some people are worried about that, but of course they've made plenty of upgrades. The Model Y has just been released, Cybertruck, the Tesla semi-truck, and Roadster aren't even released yet, so that's not taken into account. And of course people continue to forget their solar business, which is yet to take off, but I'm sure will over the next few years. But today is all about Q1 report, so I'm going to go through some figures and whether I expect them to reach those figures or not. As I said, I've reduced exposure, so I amn't too optimistic, and I think Q2 is going to be a lot worse than Q1 performance, but I'm still going to add to our position as the shares fall. So the only reason I sold is because I want to buy in at a lower price. It's not that I've lost faith in the company. But as you can see, highlighted quite clearly, the high estimate is 7.46 billion. That's just the average of what analysts are expecting. That's the high bound estimate, sorry. The average estimate there is 6 billion, 6.04 billion, just above it there. That's probably what they'll be closer to if they even achieve that. I'm expecting somewhere between 5.6 and 6.5 billion. It's a very wide range, but that's just being conservative. Of course, I don't think they're going to get anywhere close to that 7.5 billion high bound estimate, but if they do, that'll be great. Our 13.5% of our portfolio should be sent soaring. As you can see, earnings estimate above that on top. You can see average estimate is minus 18 cents per share, the low estimate minus $3 per share, and the high estimate a positive $1.7 per share. So some analysts are very, very optimistic with that $1.7, $1.70 per share earnings per share return. I don't expect that at all. I think some people were smoking something that wasn't legal in some countries when they were coming up with those predictions. I don't know what they're basing that off. Of course, I could be shocked by a great performance, but I just don't see it with the Model Y ramp and Shanghai upgrades. But we'll have to see how that goes. Of course, as you can see, the yearly earnings forecast for fiscal year ending December 2020 is a negative 97 cents per share. That's the consensus EPS forecast. You can see the high bound of 3.78 and the low bound of 4.32. And then of course you can see the next years below that. You can see December 2021, which is the full year of next year, $7.10 EPS. So you can see analysts are much more optimistic for the future years. They can see massive growth coming ahead. It's just how bad is it going to be this year, and will it affect consumer sentiment or investor sentiment rather? I'm really not sure. It depends on how bad Q1 and especially Q2's report is. But as I said, I'm optimistic for the future. I'm going to continue to add to the position, and I'll make sure to do a portfolio update in the coming days to make sure you're kept up to date with that. As you can see, this is a tweet that I seen on Financial Education channel. I'll make sure to leave a link to his channel. You can learn a lot on investing from his. This is just incredible. Someone just spent $3.3 million on calls for Tesla with a strike rate of $1,500, which means by January 2022, if the stock does not reach $1,500 per share, this person is going to lose $3.3 million. They're going to lose 100% of that, so they're going to lose all their money. If it reaches $1,500, they don't even get all their money back. They get 50% back because this has a $90 premium on it. So if the stock price reaches $1,590 per share, they only get their money back. It's the break-even point, and every $90 above that, they'll earn $3.3 million in profit. This is a Tesla bull on steroids. I don't know why anyone would do that, but we're going to see. Maybe it'll pay off. But in the current market climate, you need to have big balls to go and put $3.3 million on a Tesla options contract like that. That is just outrageous, but it shows that some people are quite optimistic about Tesla. I'll make sure to explain that more in detail in the comments down below, but that just blew my mind. I just seen that about an hour ago, and it really is outrageous. And as you can see, just some footage from the Cybertruck. This isn't even released yet, and it has plenty of pre-orders, hundreds of thousands of pre-orders, and people continue to doubt Tesla's performance over the long run. So I think we're going to be the victors in 5 years when this stock is sent soaring, because of plenty of revenue streams and a robo-taxi network. So thank you all for watching today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Make sure to leave a like. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. And let one person know about the channel if you do enjoy our content. That would really support us. And we'll make sure to see you guys in the next video.